What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to go over a picture that a lot of people have probably seen, a lot of people don't really know all that much about, but apparently there were pterodactyls flying around in the 19th century, like during the American Civil War, and some people actually shot them and it fell, and like they actually have a picture of them standing over the top of it. And man, did this lead me down a rabbit hole to where there is a large portion of the cryptid community that believe and have evidence and photos and stuff that pterosaurs, maybe not necessarily pterodactyls, but pterosaurs, are actually still flying around in the sky. Now, I like to stay, pretty open-minded when it comes to that kind of thing. You never know. Yeah, I'm being honest with you. Who knows? There could be, maybe some made it. I mean, birds made it. Maybe they could have too. But if they did, they're not going to look like the bones that we dig up in the movies and things. So I don't know what people think they're seeing. If you guys want to go and look that up, that's really cool. I just thought this was kind of a fun article because it happened so long ago that a lot of people kind of use this as the basis. And I don't know. I have some evidence out there that this is photoshopped, and if it is, please let me know. And I have just fallen for the clickbaity prank. But yeah, without further ado, guys, please do me this huge favor. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I am very close at this point to hitting 200 subscribers, and almost no one that watches my content is subscribed. So I would love to change that. And yeah, please turn on those notifications. Also, like I always say, please drop a comment down below with anything you might find interesting, or that I might find interesting, or that you would like for me to cover in the future. Yeah, that's only going to help my channel grow and help me continue doing these videos, because eventually I'm going to run out of ideas. So yeah, with that being said, guys, let's get into this video. Okay, so as I always like to start off these videos, guys, I always like to say that I do not own the rights to these articles, and I did not write these articles. This one in particular is coming from the dinosaurhome.com, and if you would like to read this article for yourself, please go over there to that website and show them some support there. I'm sure people put a lot of hard work into these, and I'm only using it to relay the information to all of you. So without further ado, let's get into the video with the myth of the 19th century pterodactyls. Picture this. It's somewhere in the American West, sometime in the late 1800s. A group of wary and grizzly cowboys stand holding their rifles. They are posing in front of the side of a barn. Hung on the side of the barn is a freshly killed carcass of a pterosaur. This is the idea behind the mysterious Thunderbird photograph, a staple of cryptozoological lore. The Thunderbird is a term used by cryptozoologists to describe living pterosaurs after the giant bird in Native American mythology. So they think pterosaurs inspired the Thunderbirds. That's who knows? I don't. Like, I wasn't there back then when they thought of Thunderbirds, so we'll never know for sure. Supposedly an old photo of this scene appeared in Cryptozoology magazine or book or TV series. The story frequently changes, sometime in 1960s or 70s. Cryptozoologist Ivan T. Sanderson was purportedly the first to have seen it. Many people, cryptozoologists and non-cryptozoologists alike, claim to have a clear memory of seeing this distinctive photo. However, when looking back at the purported source of the photo, magazine, books, TV episodes, etc., it cannot be found. So they don't know when it was where it originally came from. It just showed up. It's like it just appeared on the internet one day. They didn't even have internet back in 1960s, so it just appeared, or did they? Was the internet a thing in 60s? I don't think so. I'm not even sure, well, for sure the internet as we know it now wouldn't be. I'm not even sure, computers were... Yeah, I think they were still, the size of rooms. I don't know. Somebody drop a comment and let me know. But yeah, they don't even know where it came from originally. It's almost like it just appeared. While this is likely to be a case of false memory, many still swear that they saw the Thunderbird's photo. Since the advent of the internet, many supposed examples of the Thunderbird photograph have appeared. All of them can be thoroughly debunked. Photo 1. Yeah, that's gotta be fake. I mean, yeah, once again, the hands, like, you gotta look at the hand and the wings. Again, like, that thing can't use its wings properly, I don't think. It doesn't make the edge. I mean, maybe that was a thing, and I'm just the crazy one, but that to me just looks like it's stuck like this when it's flying, right? And that's not a very good wing. Like, it needs to be able to, like, outstretch a lot more of his hands. Maybe that's how all pterosaurs' wings were. Okay, so I might have to cut this here. So I looked up a bunch of photos, and some people, like, a lot of the pictures I looked at do kind of show the arms, like, having, like, from up here more down the elbow, having, like, more of a wing, but I don't think, like, those renditions are great. Maybe I'm wrong, please let me know, but, like, this one here, this is, like, just too much skin in between, like, where the shoulder would be. Like, that wouldn't stretch properly for that thing to be able to use all of its arms. Like, if I had to guess, I would say that this photo here is for sure fake. The first apparent problem of this example is that it does not match the traditional description of the Thunderbird photo. This photo shows a group of men in deer hunting garb inside of a barn or shed and looks to be from 1930s to 40s rather than 1800s. Under careful scrutiny, more flaws emerge. Near the legs of the third man on the front left, the legs of a deer are still visible unidentifiably by the clumsy hoaxer. Wait, is that true? Hang on, if we gotta go back up. It said by the leg. Okay, hold on. So rather, let's see. Third man from the left. You can still see deer legs. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, you can. That's funny. Oh, they made it bigger. Okay, that works. If that was not already enough evidence that this is an altered photo, the Thunderbird is also an exact match for this model of a Pterodactylus. So maybe they do think pterodactyls look like that. So that to me doesn't make, like, this right here would just make that thing really rough to fly, but okay. Alright, well, hey, you know what? I made a lot of stink about that, and I might have to delete that whole rant that I went on. That picture was just hilarious. Yeah, I got a lot to cut out of this one. This photo is clearly just a group of deer hunters with their kill digitally replaced by a pterosaur. Oh, this one was my favorite. I liked this one. That kind of, it's like the rope-in looking thing. Once again, this photo does not match the original description. This Thunderbird is shown laying on the ground, however, it does appear to be from the late 1800s. That's because it is. This is an edited version of a photograph from 1893. The original photo shows the pose of men who captured train robber John Sontage. Sontage is shown wounded laying in a pile of hay at the bottom. Oh. Edited photos switched the positions of some of the posse members and covered Sontage with the Thunderbird. It also greatly decreased the quality to cover up signs of tampering. Photo number 3. This is the one that got me thinking about this. This came across my Facebook, and yeah, you guys want to see my cat? This is Pickett. He just wants some attention. Okay, so this photo is the closest in appearance to the original description. One problem can be noticed immediately. The Thunderbird's wings, the wing membrane is supported by the fingers like a bat. Pterosaur wings were supported only by the fourth finger. Additionally, there are numerous editing errors. The feet of the second man from the right on the bottom row simply disappear. Yeah. Did it zoom in on his feet? Oh, it did. The position of the farthest man on the left indicates that he is leaning on something. His feet are not flat on the ground, but nothing is there. That's true. It is obvious that different men from old photographs have been composited into this photo, and the Thunderbird itself looks like a composition of multiple animals. The head looks like a marabou stork, the wings look like a bat, etc. Okay, so this one is the interesting one. I wonder if this is real. These two pictures, commonly known as the Civil War photos, although the first one is often claimed to be genuine, it was actually created for the cryptozoology TV show Freaky Links in 2000. It was intended to be a reconstruction of the second photograph. The second photo, like many of the previous, is filled with editing errors. The farthest man from the left does not appear to be holding his rifle. His fingers and thumb don't wrap around the gun. And it zooms in on it, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Crap. On the right side of the picture, there are issues with the contrast, the background is too dark, and the foreground is too light, a sign of editing. So they just had, like, people come in and just rip these things apart. That's kind of fun. So all of this is fake. Like, I don't think there's a single real one here. The boot of the man standing on the Thunderbird's head leaves no shadow. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I wonder what he was standing on. Once again, this is probably a composite photograph with Civil War soldiers superimposed on the model of a pterosaur. Photo 6. Now, yeah, so this one was the one. This one's interesting because this isn't necessarily a pterodactyl. This looks like different. The last photograph is a bit different from the others. It was supposedly taken in the 1950s and shows only one man holding a rather small Thunderbird. This does not appear to have any signs of tampering or editing. Rather, it is a poor rubber model of a pterosaur that was used. The head is much too small for the body, there are no signs of structure in the wings, and there is no evidence of legs. I mean, I don't agree with that. Like, there could be feet right here, unless that's his, that's something on the pocket. I'll give you the head is too small. But I mean, the wings, yeah, how much structure did you need? It does look like they tried to do bat wings, though, because, like, right here you can see, like, the rims. So, I mean, that maybe it's fake, but, I mean, there's no real... At least they went through the effort of making the model for the guy to hold. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta respect that. Like, at least this one in particular, they went the extra mile and just built the thing. So that way there was no question about it if they were gonna mess with somebody. But yeah, I think this might be fake. I don't know. Like, it could be, it could not be. Okay, so conclusions. Under careful examination, it becomes clear that all of these so-called Thunderbird photos, I had to do the quotations, are just hoaxes. In the age of Photoshop and gullible people, these hoaxes are relatively common. It seems like there is a new cryptid or ghost photo cropping up every few weeks. Before you are convinced that there are no real before you are convinced that they are real, take a closer look. Flaws will always emerge. As for the photos that so many claim to have seen, it's likely a case of what is termed as the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is when a large group of people misremember the same event, object, place, etc. It is named after a group of South Africans who... Hold on a second. Okay. As for the photo that so many claim to have seen, it is likely a case of what is termed the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is when a large group of people misremember the same event, object, place, etc. It is named after a group of South Africans who remembered that Nelson Mandela had died in prison in the 1980s, even though he actually died only 3 years ago. Zoologist and cryptozoologist Carl Schuker was the first to suggest this explanation for the Thunderbird photo. It is likely that it is distorted memory of an actual photograph that features men holding or standing near a large bird. That is the photo of the Thunderbird that I had. That is honestly what is in my head. And I saw that on television on an episode of Monster Quest when they were looking for the Thunderbird. It might have been Monster Quest. It might have been something else. I don't remember. But yeah, that is the photo that is living inside of my brain that I remember. Oh, that's a marabou. These two photos are commonly cited as possible inspirations for the false memory. The first is a man standing near a cutout representing the size of Argentavis in a museum. The second is of 3 African tribesmen holding a large marabou stork. This was suggested by Carl Schuker. Both had circulated in various encyclopedias in the mid-20th century. It is easy to see how vague memories of these or similar photos, coupled with suggestions from others, might have led to the Thunderbird myth. As for the concept of 19th century pterodactyls itself, it is outlandish. A large family of flying reptiles surviving 66 million years and a few ice ages without leaving any evidence in the fossil record is impossible. Besides that, the dry inland conditions of the American West are not ideal for large pterosaurs. That would need large amounts of food. If there were a surviving population, there should be multiple accounts from the time, yet there are none. There are multiple major problems with this idea. This is an easily debunked modern cryptozoology myth that needs to be put to rest. Update. Due to brief conversation with Carl Schucker himself, it has come to my attention that photo number 3 was not intended as a hoax. Rather, it was originally created as a piece of digital artwork, but then taken out of context by various websites who claim it was the genuine Thunderbolt photo. See here for more information what you think. Well, guys, that was a really fun article to go over. I feel like they successfully debunked at least all, if not all, yeah, just pretty much all of those photos were just straight up debunked in that one article. So yeah, but like they said though, that Terrorbird photo, the black one, 100%. I remember seeing that on television as a kid, and that is like my memory of what a Terrorbird's like. Okay, crap, that guy had like a picture of one. It was mounted on a wall. So yeah, do I think pterodactyls could still be flying around? I don't think so, because I feel like we would have seen them. But like, there's lots of things we don't see flying around every day. Like, I don't see eagles every day, but they live nearby. I don't see hawks every day, but they fly around. Birds made it through ice ages, and crocodiles made it through ice ages, and bats, and they're just flying lizards. So, I mean, honestly, I don't see any reason why they couldn't have, outside of the fact that, we don't see them. They most likely did not make it. But trust me, I speak from experience that if you want to jump down this rabbit hole, it goes pretty deep, guys. There are a lot of supposed pterosaur sightings out there. To the point where it's kind of like the Bigfoot thing. To be honest with you, at this point, enough people have seen them that I am inclined to give it the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We'll see. Take a toll. Do what you want. Let me know down below. Do you guys think they're real? If you guys could point me towards more interesting articles about them and the sightings or anything like that, that would be really cool too. Please, as I said before, go ahead, like, subscribe. Love to hit that 200 subscriber mark. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.